broadcast. Did it indicate it was live? Did it indicate it was live on there? I guess. It gets light on it too. It has like a light on it too.
When did your mom tell you about the haunted carnival thing?
Hmm?
When did your mom tell you about the haunted carnival thing?
You told me that. You told me about the haunted carnival thing.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you about the tickets. What do you mean?
Trans-Allegheny. She had $10 off Trans-Allegheny.
So we always get this. Remember, we always sell at a gas station for you.
Mm-hmm.
Pie and hot chocolate tonight.
Could be good.
That's scary. You have a humpback.
I know it.
You know, we should have brought flashlights.
We should have. I have a flashlight thing on here.
I need to. I don't want my pen to die because my mom said don't let my pen die.
Well, I'm like on call 24/7. Sorry, dude. I didn't. No, when I got home, I was gone for a week and a half, and got home and says, "Hey, you and the mechanic have to go to Kansas City." I never want to sit down. That's not what we do.
I don't know where it's at now.
I know, it won't open if you try. Well, I didn't have anything to pick it, but I just got open. Not like I
Did
was
you
worried.
lock my car door?
Mm-hmm.
Better.
I didn't know you scratched
We'll start coming back down here. Let me try to look away for I'm not having the candle. It's not like you. Sit right beside me, right here. There's a seat right there, perfectly. There you go. There you go. Try to get that up there.
Yeah. way. This way. We've got,
I thought that was really considerate.
all right. This way.
We like to hear.
Over here. That way. That way. And over this way. Okay. See how many we can squeeze in. You want to see the ghost? There's been a couch in here since last year. Okay. And there's room over there. I mean, you just kind of have to double up a little bit. This way. This way. You can do it. Let me get hot. We got more people. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna grab your hand. This way. Let's see. I've got somebody in a wheelchair. All right.
Making friends everywhere.
Go ahead and bring him in. Bring him in. All right. Let's see. Is that it? Woo! We did it. Oh my goodness. I'd like to welcome you all to the Haunted Parkersburg Ghost Tours. It won't be as squeezed together as it is right now. My name is Susan Shepard. I've been doing these ghost tours for 20 years now. I think the first year my daughter was going into kindergarten. She's now 25, living in Los Angeles, and she's an actress out there, so we've been doing this a real long time. Now, it gives me great pleasure to not only welcome you to the Haunted Parkersburg Ghost Tours, but also to the Blennerhassett Hotel, which has some of the more interesting hauntings that we have on the ghost tour. Now, I want to introduce you to the primary spirit here at the hotel. That is Mr. William N. Chancellor. He is the builder of the Blennerhassett Hotel. Blennerhassett Hotel first opened its doors back in 1889. It was open until the 1970s. He passed away in 1908, but he is still here. Yes, he is. Now, the Blennerhassett closed down back in the 1970s. It became a restaurant, a bar, the First National Bank of Parkersburg, a drugstore. It's First National Bank of Parkersburg, that was the doorway to the bank right there, which is also an area of another one of the hauntings here. Now, back in 1986, the Clarion Hotels bought the Blennerhassett to bring it back to its original state as a fine old hotel, and that is when the hauntings began. Come on in, honey. Okay. All right, she's been shy. Many of the guests who stayed here would report waking up in the middle of the night to see an older gentleman standing at the foot of the bed. Now, how many people here have actually seen what you would call a full-body apparition? It is very rare to see them. That is when the ghost looks exactly as they did in life. Usually when people give me ghost stories, they'll tell me what they saw. If they tell me that the ghost is transparent and see-through, no, that's not how they appear. They usually appear as real as I do to you right now. If you've ever seen it, has anyone ever seen that before? Yes.
Yeah.
And it is only when they fade do you realize that you've seen a spirit, an apparition. So these guests would report waking up in the middle of the night to see this older man standing at the foot of the bed. He's wearing a three-piece gray suit. He will stare at them in kind of a sad way. Then he will fade, and once he fades, they will smell cigar smoke. Now, these guests that come down here into the library and they see Mr. Chancellor's portrait, they say this indeed is the ghost they've seen standing at the foot of their bed. Now, knowing how rare it is to see an apparition, I've worked as a psychic medium most of my life. I saw spirits when I was 4 years old. I saw spirits of Native Americans up on the hillside from my grandparents' house. And actually, later realized that was my ancestors trying to tell me who I was. My grandmother would say she was something called Black Dutch. found a picture of her mother. Her mother was not white. Had a DNA test, found out I'm 1/8 Native American Indian. So I saw apparitions when I was 4 years old, and this was during the day. So it's very rare to see them. But I was down here at the hotel, was having my floors redone, and I was up on the 3rd floor. Did not ever expect to see Mr. Chancellor's ghost because I know it's rare. It's not, if you're staying here and you're hoping to see Mr. Chancellor's ghost, you probably will not. Now, you may smell his cigar smoke. That's much more common. But I was staying up on the 3rd floor, and I was watching television in the afternoon, and I began to drift off to sleep, and it felt like somebody hit the bottom of the bed because the bed shook, and it kind of shook me awake. And when I opened my eyes, I saw a man in a gray suit walking away from the bed. I did not see his front. He walked straight through the wall, and it was a matter of seconds. But he was wearing the three-piece gray, the gray suit. I didn't see it was three-piece. The gray suit that Mr. Chancellor is always reported to be wearing. We often have his cigar smoke on the tours. This year we've reintroduced his house. We're going to see his house tonight. It's very impressive. We will a lot of times have his cigar smoke up by his house when we're on the tours. It's always interesting when people stay here at the hotel and they've never heard that the Blennerhassett is haunted. It's got about 12 spirits in here. I could go through all of them, but we don't really have time. He is the primary spirit. Anyway, there was a man traveling through Parkersburg late, and he decided to stop and stay here at the Blennerhassett Hotel. So he went up to bed about 10 o'clock at night. He read for a little while. He got into bed. He switched off the light, and the minute he switched off the light, he felt a weight at the bottom of the bed like someone had just sat down. When he opened his eyes, he saw what he described as an old man, and that old man turned to him and said, "I was here first," and disappeared. That's the only report that we've had of Mr. Chancellor's ghost speaking to someone. It will usually be an expression. So he left the hotel. The old man disappeared. So did the hotel guest. He checked out, but not before saying, "Has anyone ever said this hotel might be haunted?" Now, a few years ago, about 6 years ago, MSNBC voted the Blennerhassett Hotel the 6th most haunted hotel in North America. Number 5 was the Stanley Hotel, where they made the movie The Shining. So if you think the Stanley Hotel's number 5 and the Blennerhassett is number 6, it's pretty haunted. They've got the apparition of a little newspaper boy that appears in the kitchen area. One of the chefs was cooking, as chefs do, and he felt somebody tugging on the back of his shirt. He turned around. He saw the little newspaper boy kind of stumble backwards, and the little boy disappeared. They will also see the little newspaper boy down near the bathrooms. If you visit the bathrooms, they see his apparition down there as well. There's no reports of any child having ever died here at the Blennerhassett Hotel. But at the back of the hotel, they did used to have a newspaper stand back in the 1920s and 30s. They also have a bellboy. They have a woman in white associated with the elevator. They've got children's voices over the Muzak. During Christmas time, when they're playing Christmas music, they will hear children singing over the Muzak. Some of the workers, when they're cleaning up some of the rooms, they'll see children like they're running across the bed or on the ottoman there. So there's a number of hauntings here. We're going to take you out tonight, and we're going to show you the most haunted areas of Parkersburg. And I do want to remind you, we're not responsible for accidents or lost items, so join the tours at your own risk. We will keep you as safe as we can. Please try to stay on the sidewalk. There will be one area where we can walk down on the street, but not yet. We'll show you where that is. So just follow this way. I'll catch up with you. We're going to go out the front doors, and we're going to see our second haunted spot just up the street. So follow the guy that has the plane. All right. Let's get started.
I thought I found a dirty present. Hey, grab one of my shirt.
Oh, I should have brought my school. All right. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, it's pretty chilly.
Don't even.
You told me, didn't you?
I told you to wear a hoodie. Yeah.
Good.
How are you? Hi. Different Taylor in South Carolina. She is you get to be a meatball surgeon.
It's pretty cool.
I've seen Mr. Chance.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I passed it because when I was running and stuff, it said it on the phone. That's cool. You know, we could have walked down here and just walked back to the house.
Yeah.
It's been pretty close. I found this page. She talks about the Civil War hospital, and she talks upon I think governor, and she talks about the train, about the woman in white. I memorized everything.
I know. I went past that.
From Big Bang Theory.
So when they come back to visiting them.
I miss my baby.
Oh, there he is. Jump down.
He doesn't look like he does. Well, the only thing after is that party.
Huh?
I feel bad for like leaving Coy.
Oh, don't feel.
Because it just made me mad.
Crossing your back.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get my driver's license out here. That's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
He's up here.
Oh, you're good.
He's all real. That's pretty.
You were pretty. That's true. Now, one of the reasons Parkersburg is so haunted, and one of the themes of our ghost tour is the Civil War. During the time of the Civil War, Parkersburg, Virginia had 5 Civil War hospitals. The building across the street, the white building, is the only one. If you are from Parkersburg, we had a typical test house over on Fort Morton Hill, right over there. There's about 1,000 bodies, and people are very
right behind it. They dumped the lakes and stuff behind the thing and they buried it.
Now, over here at this hospital is a place where they did lots of amputations. Now, during that time, there were tens of thousands of men sick and wounded and dying, wandering the streets of Parkersburg. It was a really bad situation. Now, they did amputations over here. There are pictures from the old hospital from behind the building of piles and piles of human arms and legs. They had no medicine, no pain medicine to give these men. So what they would do is they would get them as drunk as they possibly could. Can you all hear me? They would get them as drunk as they possibly could before they would proceed to saw an arm or leg. Now with that kind of trauma and with that kind of suffering, you can imagine there would be hauntings over there, and indeed there are. Now this is the hospital. Remember, the apparition, the full-body apparition of a Civil War soldier in his blue Union uniform on the second floor, and also where they used to be the filing area of their isolation. The house next door is the Borman house. That is the home of the daughters of Arthur I. Borman, the first governor of West Virginia. As a matter of fact, this parking lot where we are now standing is on the former site of the home of Arthur I. Borman, the first governor of West Virginia. It was torn down back in the 1970s. So welcome to the parking lot. Now that parking lot is great. Over the corner is the regular bar, the parking from the Civil War hospital, sort of led over to the Borman house. And if you look at that front door, when it was a restaurant and bar, and they would be closing up at night, shutting off the lights, they would see a staircase is behind that doorway. They would glance up the staircase and see a Civil War soldier looking at them very, very angry. Also, some of their more expensive alcohol and liquors would come up missing, and they would find bottles all over the house over there. We do know that if you die, or you are drunk, or you are inebriated, you run the risk of becoming an earthbound spirit because, the confusion. So the only thing we can figure out is it is the ghost of those Civil War soldiers still over there lapping up that alcohol. So it indeed is still haunted. Those buildings are up for sale, empty. We're going to head up the street, and I'm going to tell you one of the more famous ghost stories from West Virginia.
Because it's so around tunnel.
In Parkersburg. It ended in Parkersburg. I'm going to show you that very spot.
Are you going to try to snap some pictures in the Riverview Cemetery? Weeping woman, thank you for Colton.
Taylor, that's not it. Stop saying shit like that.
All the creepy places. I didn't see it. I wasn't though. I didn't even. I should have. I wanted to be. And we just go to the library.
He's awake.
They used to have the sundress and that was that was the only place to go. What's the yeah.
Oh, that's not me.
It's actually nice to see it looking like it's usable again.
Do what?
Yeah, they cut it down. Concrete. I wish Steve and Lynn, the family, could get settled on the line. That one happened. That's a shame.
Yeah, somebody's going to talk
Now that hotel, people see them cleaning up.
I know I can. I'll do it. Don't think I won't. One thing about me, I can never surf one and go to another one and get to one. Because I
And I also subpoenaed him.
I am 150 years old. Okay. You'll notice we are now by these brick sidewalks. Can you all hear me? Yes. Y'all hear me? Yes. By these brick sidewalks, we are. Sir, can you hear me? Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll make sure. This is one of the older areas of Parkersburg. Now, right out there is where the B&O Railroad used to run. It's now, the tracks are pulled up, and it's now a biking trail that goes all the way to Clarksburg, so there no longer is a B&O Railroad. Trains don't run there anymore. To my left, and your right, is where the old B&O Railroad station used to be. And as you can see, we have another lovely haunted parking lot. At any rate, the story I'm about to tell you is called The Ghost of Silver Run. Now, first of all, I want to know how many people here, whoops, been drinking, how many people here know where Ritchie County is? All right. How many people here know where Caro is? Okay. How many people here know where Silver Run is? Ah, ghost hunters. About 100 years ago, a train engineer was driving his train engine toward old Silver Run Tunnel, or Tunnel 19, and as he came around the bend, suddenly he saw this young woman standing in the middle of the railroad tracks. Now, she had very pale skin, raven black hair, a long white gown of some sort. She looked absolutely solid and real. He thought maybe somebody had wandered out on the tracks. come to a stop. But as you know, you just cannot stop a train on a dime. So he hits this young woman. She seems to go up into the air like a great white bat and was spirited away into the darkness. Finally, he got his train engine to come to a stop, and he went out looking for her body. He inspected the front of the train. There was no blood, no human tissue, nothing like that. He searched for the body, but of course, there was no body. This young woman was indeed a ghost. He pulls up right over here, goes into the old 6th Street station, describes his experience of hitting this young woman and not being able to find her body. The other worker said, "Don't worry about it. You've just seen the ghost of Silver Run. We have all seen her." There was another engineer over here by the name of O'Flannery. And O'Flannery began to laugh, and he began to make fun, and he said that no ghost was going to stop his train. He would run her down first. 2 weeks later, on a gloomy night in August, it was now O'Flannery driving around the bend toward Old Tunnel 19 for Silver Run Tunnel, and there she was, as if waiting for him with that long black hair, that pale skin, long white dress. And O'Flannery does just exactly as he promised he would do. He puts that train into full throttle, and he drives toward that ghost. And once again, she seems to go up in the air and disappear into the black night. Finally, O'Flannery pulls up right over here. Goes into the old station. They're running around all excited. He said, "What's going on?" They said, "Man, don't you know? You hit a woman at the Silver Run Tunnel, and she rode all the way to Parkersburg on your cow catcher." Now, how many people here are old enough to know what a cow catcher was? It's that front platform on the train. Apparently, what that ghost did is she hopped up on that cow catcher, and as they were driving past the little stations of Goose Creek, Petroleum, Walker, they're telegraphing to Parkersburg, "There's a woman on the train! There's a woman on the train!" And when O'Flannery pulled up right over here, that is where the ghost of Silver Run, she disappeared. Who is this young woman who still haunts the Silver Run Tunnel? Because indeed, she still haunts. As a matter of fact, about a month ago, I was out at Silver Run, and I was visiting some people. Actually, I was investigating the haunting of their house. The house is built right on top of the tunnel, and they told me they have seen her about dusk. They'll see her, at evening, in the evening, just kind of floating outside their windows. They said she looks only to be about 17, 18 years old. She's got long black hair. She has on a white dress, and on the back of her dress, they can see a big bow of some sort. Well, my grandparents lived at Silver Run, and my grandfather worked for the B&O Railroad. And this is a story my grandmother told me. Y'all hear? Many years ago, there was a young woman riding into Parkersburg to meet her betrothed, and she never arrived, and they didn't find any body. Years later, as they were tearing down an old house at Silver Run, as they pulled the bricks out of the chimney, they found the skeleton of a woman inside. How did they know it was the skeleton of a woman? She was wearing a long, see, that's the truth, that's why that bell's going on. She was wearing a long, white bridal gown. My relatives still live at Cairo, and my uncle told me, you cannot get horses to go into Tunnel 19. They will resist you and resist you. In fact, many people have been killed in that tunnel, and the tunnel is extremely haunted. When ghost hunters go out there and they take pictures inside the tunnel, you will be able to see a woman's face in the mist. Well, there no longer is a B&O Railroad. and there no longer is a railroad out that way. It is now a biking trail. So if you are ever out in Ritchie County and you're riding your bicycle past Caro toward Old Tunnel 19 or the Silver Run Tunnel, be very careful. You may not know who will be hitching a ride out there. It very well may be that ghost of Silver Run, because she still haunts
That's cool.
Alright. Here we go.
I don't want any more. I'm more caffeinated out. That's too bright. Huh? I thought it was a gunshot. Oops. Let's go around. Let's go around. Smells cigar smell. Oh my god. Smell it? You smell cigar smoke? Oh, I know. It's supposed to smell like cigar smoke though. Well, find a place to put it down now. Yes. Super. Here, put it on. Here. Put it in there. Put it in there. You drink too much caffeine.
They will, of course, do. I'm sure there is.
Yeah. I'll be thankful. Only one train's on the game.
Huh?
Drug court.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Right here.
Oh my God.
Irish Spring and Mossman and Civil War Hospital on top of that hill.
And that one haunting of that house, that woman kept rearranging their office.
She has a rooster.
Huh?
She has a rooster. You ever heard it?
I'm not talking about
She, the one with glasses. The one that owns this house up there. They're going to talk about. She has a rooster in her backyard.
Oh, I'm not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
There's a house up there somewhere where, like, the college.
Oh. Maybe that's why our apartment's haunted.
Color, it's not. We have a baby.
Where's that? There's the crazy dentist. Dentist, the rapist. That does look creepy in there. Can you look inside? Really? Is that his house right there?
I haven't worked out in a while.
You feeling it?
I'm slacking. Well, I had a baby. I have an excuse.
You have an excuse. She had a BB.
Okay, where we are right now, we are at Quincy Hill, which is the highest hill in Parkersburg. It used to be a Civil War lookout for Union troops, so they could watch the Ohio River, and they could also watch the B&O Railroad. Now, not only was it a Civil War lookout, it was also an area of a Civil War hospital. At any given time during the Civil War, there were 500 to 1,000 men up on Quincy Hill. Can y'all hear? Up on Quincy Hill. It was a tent overflow city hospital. There weren't any buildings. It was just a tent. Now, some of these soldiers were in such bad shape, they would crawl down Quincy Hill, go out on Market Street, and for the women doing their shopping, they would beg these women, can you please write my mother and tell her where I am? Can you please get me medicine? Because they really didn't have any medicine to give these men. Now, how many people here have a guess of what most soldiers died of during the time of the Civil War? What did they die of?
Gangrene. Gangrene.
Anything else?
Gangrene.
Dysentery, which is diarrhea. That's what the majority of soldiers died of. They were very sick. Now, Quincy Hill is so well known for its hauntings. The show The Dead Files actually did a story of the hauntings up on Quincy Hill. The house over there, the witch's house, I don't think the witch knows we're here tonight. It's written out already. She comes over and joins us. I'll be moving in here. That was also in the Dead Files show. It was pictured. That's an area of several hauntings as well. As soon as she moved in, she began to hear somebody called Jenny. That's her name, the woman that lives there. If you hear somebody called Jenny, you'll call her her name. And she did research into the house. I guess there's somebody behind it. Maybe a full-bodied apparition right there. Pretty solid. She looked into it. She researched the house. That house dates from about the time of the Civil War. She researched the house, and a woman by the name of Jenny lived in that house for 40 years. There's a number of hauntings in that house as well. But let me tell you about some of the hauntings up on Quincy Hill. Now, the houses up on Quincy Hill do not date from the time of the Civil War. And one of the reasons for that is in 1906, I think it was, there was a water tower disaster. Lightning struck the water tower in Parkersburg, pushed all of the houses in Quincy Hill down here, hear me? Down here on Avery Street. There are old pictures of Jenny's house where there are coffins propped up against the side of the walls of the house, as well as a bird right here in the yard. You have a second story, big house, all to yourself, and you're 25 years old. That's a clue. She moved into the house, and not long after she moved into the house, she began to hear noises. When she was downstairs, she would hear footsteps upstairs. When she was upstairs, she would hear footsteps downstairs. And she heard these very heavy boots coming up from the basement. But the strangest thing was, she had a favorite chair which she kept by her fireplace. When she would come home from work every day, she would find that favorite chair pushed to the window facing Avery Street. This is Avery Street right here. She put the chair back. Next day, come home, chair is facing Avery Street. So one night, she was awakened to the sound of footsteps, rustling and footsteps downstairs. And when she opened her eyes, she saw that every candle in her house had been gathered up